All right, Mr. Ahmed here for day 3 of our factoring unit. This one's going to be the toughest one. And this is going to be factoring a trinomial when the leading coefficient is not 1. Okay, so a couple warm-up questions here to start. What is x times x? X times x is x to the second. Here, 3x times x would be 3. Multiply the coefficients. 3 times 1 is 3. X times x is x squared. Here, 4 times 2, multiply the coefficients. 4 times 2 is 8. X times x is x squared. Here we get 30x squared. So we're going to have to multiply some monomials that look like that. So what to do when our leading coefficient is not 1? All right, there's two options. Option A is the guess and check method. That one's a little bit brutal, could take a lot of time. So we're going to go with the tried and true AC split, been referred to, the AC method. We are going to multiply A and C, and then we are going to factor by grouping. Okay, so this is going to bring up last year's material. So when the leading coefficient is not 1, we're going to look at standard form, which is ax squared. So the A is the coefficient of the x squared, B is the coefficient of x, and C is the constant. So we'll identify A, B, and C. So A is 2, B is 7, ax squared plus bx plus c. C is 3. Okay, so we're going to find A times C. So we'll take A times C. 3 times 2 is 6. So we are going to look for the product or the factors of AC, which is 6, whose sum is B, the middle term, 7. Okay, so instead of just looking for factors of the last term that add up to the middle term, we have to multiply the first and the last term, then look for the factors of that adds up to the middle term. So the factors of 6 that add up to 7 are 6 and 1. So what we're going to do now is we are going to rewrite the trinomial. So we're going to say 2x squared plus 6x. The order here is not important. 6, 1 can go either way. So 6x plus 1x plus 3. So we replaced 7 with 6 plus 1, which is still 7. Now we can factor by grouping. We'll take the GCF out of the first two terms, and then we'll take the GCF out of the second two terms. So we're going to split it into two parts. Okay? We have the first part and the second. So, factoring out the GCF of the first two terms. GCF is 2x. Left inside would be x plus 3. Now the second one, the greatest common factor is just 1. So I'm taking out a 1. Left inside is x plus 3. Now, after I factor by grouping, inside the parentheses I should have the same thing in both sets. If I don't, I made an error, have to backtrack. Then for us to finish, we take what's outside the parentheses, which is 2x and 1. Those go inside my first set. And inside the second set is the common factor, which is the x plus 3. And we have it factored. Now you could FOIL this out to check your work. For the first one I'm going to, just so you see how we're going to end up with what we started with. 2x times x is 2x squared. 2x times 3 is 6x. 1 times x is plus 1x. 1 times 3 is 3. Notice we ended with exactly what we started with. 2x squared plus 7x plus 3. We got it right. We're good to go. All right, next one. Label A, B, and C. A is 3. B is 14. C is negative 5. So A times C is negative 15. So we're going to look for factors of negative 15. So we have to have a plus and a minus, whose sum is 14. So factors of negative 15 that add up to 14. Going to be 15 and 1. Which one needs to be negative? 1 does. So we have 15 and we have negative 1 to add up to 14. Rewrite, replacing the middle term. So we have an n this time, so I have 3n squared. I'm going to put 15 first, plus 15n minus 1n. We replace 14 with 15 minus 1. And then we still have our minus 5. GCF of the first two terms is 3n. Pulling it out, I'm left with n plus 5. Okay, now, GCF here. We need to turn this to a positive, so I'm going to have to take out a negative 1. When I take out the negative 1, I get a positive n plus 5. I divided both by -1. Now my parentheses match. In the first set goes what's outside, 3n minus 1. In the second set, n plus 5, which was common. Ooh, I wrote 5 twice. Let's stop that. And we got it factored. I'm not going to check this one. All right, on to the next. A, B, and C. A is 2. Nothing there, so that's a -1. C is -10. A times C, -20. So we're looking for the factors of -20 that add up to, whose sum is our middle term, -1. All right, 20 to get to -1. Going to be close together, so let's go with 5 and 4. 5 and 4, for us to get -1, 5 needs to be negative, 4 needs to be positive. We'll rewrite 2x squared. Let's go with minus 5x plus 4x minus 10. All right, that adds up to -1. We're good to go. Factor by grouping. First one, GCF is just x. So I'd have left x minus 5. Next one, common, would be 2 plus 2. Pulling out a 2. Left inside. I made an error here. Forgot my 2x. I didn't divide. When I pulled out my x, I should still have 2x. Okay, 4 divided by 2 is 2x minus 5. Now it was the same. The reason why I caught that was I remembered I only wrote an x here, but I got a 2 there. So I had to look back and see where I made my error. I just divided incorrectly. So pulled out an x, should have had 2x minus 5. So in the first set, what's outside? X plus 2. And the common group is 2x minus 5. We have it factored. All right. There are some more examples here. My recommendation for you on a few of these, I'm going to do the first one and the second one. Then you're going to hit pause and try the next 4 on your own. So, factors of A times C. 2 times 12 is 6. 2 times 6 is 12. So AC equals 12. We're looking for factors of 12 that add up to -13. Okay, so I'm not going to write this out every single time. All right, AC 12 add up to -13. So the factors of 12 that add up to -13 are -12 and -1. So we'll rewrite 2x squared minus 12x minus 1x plus 6. GCF of the first one, first 2, is 2x. When I pull out the 2x, I'm left with x minus 6. Here, we need this first one to be positive, so I'm taking on a -1, and I'm left with x minus 6 after I divide both terms. Okay, it has to be the same. X minus 6, those match up, so we have 2x minus 1, and x minus 6, we have it factored. All right, this one, AC, 3 times 4 is 12. Has to add up to 8. So for 12, factors of 12 that add up to 8, we're going to use 6 and 2. Add up to 8. 6 and 2. Okay, rewrite. 3t squared plus 6t plus 2t plus 4. Notice I made my t's curved because next to the plus sign, it's super hard to tell what it is. So first two terms, GCF is 3t. When I pull out the 3t, I'm left with t plus 2. Next one, GCF is 2, left with t plus 2. So first set is the outer two numbers, 3t plus 2. Second set, common t plus 2. Got it, factored. Okay, so from here, my recommendation, hit pause, try these 4, check your answers. All right, hopefully you had success. AC in this one is 24. It has to add up to -10. So I'm gonna say B is equal to -10. Factors of 24 that add up to -10. I'm gonna go with hold on here, I almost chose the wrong one. -6 and -4. Negative times a negative would be a positive. Those are gonna add up to -10. Rewrite 3k squared minus 6k minus 4k plus 8. GCF of the first two is 3k. Left inside, k minus 2. GCF of the next one, I need the first term here to be positive, so I'm going to pull out a negative 2k, or negative 4k, or just a negative 4. Sorry. Negative 4 goes into both terms. I need to pull out the negative to make it a positive. When I divide both of these by negative 4, negative divided by negative changes to a positive k minus 2. They match up. We got it right. Outside is 3k minus 4. The common set of parentheses is k minus 2. We have it. All right, next one, a times c. 6 times negative 6 is negative 36. That's AC. B is equal to negative 5. So factors of negative 36 that add up to negative 5. 9 times 4, so we're going to use a negative 9 and a positive 4. Those are my factors, negative 9, positive 4. Rewrite 6r squared minus 9r plus 4r minus 6. Replace the middle term. GCF of the first two is 3r. Left inside would be 2r and minus 3. GCF of the next two is 2. So taking out a 2. Left with 2r minus 3. Those match up. Rewrite 3r plus 2 is the outer set of numbers. The common set of parentheses is 2r minus 3. Got it. Factored. Hopefully this is ringing a bell from last year. All right, last two. Oh, hold on. Always look for a greatest common factor first. This one has a GCF. I can take a 2 out. Take out a 2. So if I factor out a 2, I'm left with 3x squared minus 7x minus 6. Okay, now a times c. 3 times negative 6 is negative 18. B is negative 7. So factors of negative 18 that add up to negative 7 would be negative 9 and a positive 2. 9 times 2 is 18. Negative 9 plus 2 is negative 7. So our 2 still stays there. Okay, it does not disappear. Now I rewrite 3x squared minus 9x plus 2x minus 6. GCF for the first two, 3x. So 2 still there. 3x, and I am going to be left with another set of parentheses, and I have x minus 3. GCF for the second two is 2, so we're taking out a plus 2. Left inside would be x minus 3. And we got it. So this big set of parentheses because we're still multiplied by 2. Now I can rewrite 2 parentheses. First set is 3x plus 2. And our second set would be x minus 3. Now you could have ended up with a slightly different solution here if you would have not taken out this 2. You could have ended up with a 6x plus 4, or you could have ended up with a 2x minus 6. So you could have gotten something different if you didn't pull out the GCF. Would have just been larger numbers. And our last one, AC equals 5 times 8, 40. B is negative 22. So I'm looking for factors of 40 that add up to negative 22. Let's see here. That's a tough one, 20 and 2. 22, both of them need to be negative. Now it adds up to negative 22. So rewrite 5y squared minus 20y minus 2y plus 8. All right. GCF the first two, 5y. Left inside, y minus 4. GCF the second two, this first one's negative, so we got to change to a positive. So I can take out a negative 4. Left inside would be what am I doing? I wrote negative 20 twice. We had a negative 20 and a negative 2. Okay, so that should be a negative 2, not a negative 20. So I can only take out a negative 2. I can only factor out a -2. The GCF is -2. Sorry about my error. That was a boo-boo. So I'm taking out a -2. Let's just rewrite that right there. Oh, it's easier to see it. Now the -2 divided by the -2, I'm left with a positive y. -2 divided by a positive 8 is a -4. So we got it now. So we have 5y minus 2 on the outside. On the inside is y minus 4 for the common set. Factoring is done. Have a great rest of the day.